A cordial greeting. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I would like to provide an update on the forecast regarding the possible development of a tropical cyclone in the waters of the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend and early next week. In this infrared satellite animation, we can see that, at the moment, in the Gulf of Mexico, there are some disorganized thunderstorms that are generating heavy downpours across parts of southern Mexico. Over the next few days, we will see how part of the energy from Pacific Tropical Depression number 11 moves towards parts of the southern and central Gulf of Mexico. And in about 5 days, we will begin closely monitoring this area for the possibility of developing a low-pressure system. At least the good news is that at 8 p.m., the National Hurricane Center has lowered the chances of cyclone development to 30% over the next 7 days. Remember that a few days ago the probability was 50%, then it was lowered to 40%, and now it's at 30%. Regardless, there is still a chance that a tropical depression or tropical storm could develop, and it could track over the state of Florida early next week. Let's take a look at the latest projections from global models. Let's start with the American model, the GFS. Notice that between Sunday and Monday, it shows a broad low-pressure area over the Gulf of Mexico, and then moves this system toward parts of the Florida Peninsula, where significant rainfall is anticipated. Later on, I'll show you the projected rainfall totals for the next 7 days. However, unlike yesterday's runs, the GFS model now doesn't develop a tropical cyclone, but rather a broad and disorganized low-pressure area over the Gulf of Mexico in the next 7 days. We also have the projection from the European model, which insists that the low pressure will remain quite broad and weak, with movement across the Gulf of Mexico, also crossing over the Florida Peninsula between Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. However, it also does not see the development of a tropical cyclone. Nonetheless, we will stay vigilant, as other models, like the German model, do show the development of a tropical storm early next week. We also have the projection from the Canadian model, which also shows a tropical depression or tropical storm developing just southwest of Florida. It seems reasonable that we have a 30% chance of cyclone development, which is precisely what we see in the ensemble members of the GFS model, where approximately 30% of them develop a tropical cyclone, perhaps a tropical depression or storm, that would develop in the Gulf of Mexico and track northeast, eventually crossing over the state of Florida by mid-next week. We see the same in the ensemble projections of the European model. And although today it appears that we won't have significant development in the Gulf of Mexico, a substantial rain event is expected from the weekend into early next week for parts of central and southern Florida. Models are projecting rainfall totals between 4 to 8 inches, particularly between next Sunday and Wednesday. This is the projection from the European model, which aligns with the projections of the American model. For now, there's nothing to worry about. Here at Hurricane Info, I'll continue to monitor and keep you informed of any forecast changes. Don't forget to check if you're subscribed to my channel. And also, don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Well, with that, I'll sign off. The next video will be recorded in the coming days if there are significant forecast changes. See you later.